Railway stations in India have been an integral part of memories of almost every individual of the country. They also are vital symbols of not only the state of infrastructure and transport, come travel logistics of the nation, but an important element of visual architectural landscape of an entire country. More than 2 crore Indians traverse through Indian stations every day. Yet, never before such an effort as being done now was put in place to modernize this essential part of Indian infrastructure and improve day-to-day travel experience of millions of its people across the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched 2,000 railway infrastructure projects worth 41,000 crore rupees. Prime Minister Modi called it a symbol of the work culture of New India. Let's in fact listen in to what he had to say about the upcoming railway projects.
आज के भारत ने छोटे छोटे सपने देखना छोड़ दिया है। हम बड़े सपने देखते हैं और उन्हें पूरा करने के लिए दिन रात एक कर देते हैं। आज एक साथ रेलवे से जुड़ी 2000 से अधिक परियोजनाओं का शिलान्यास और लोकार्पण हुआ है। विकसित भारत युवाओं के सपनों का भारत है। इसलिए विकसित भारत कैसा होगा ये तय करने का सबसे अधिक हक वो भी उन्हीं को है। मुझे संतोष है कि देश भर के हजारों विद्यार्थियों ने अलग अलग स्पर्धाओं के माध्यम से विकसित भारत के रेलवे का सपना सामने रखा।
All right, here is what a few stations will look like in the upcoming years from now. In fact, we're going to take you through the projection and in fact an image from the future as to what is planned and what the architecture and the entire get-up is going to be like. If you look at the Ludhiana railway station, which is going to be built at a cost of 529 crore rupees, which is expected to be ready next year, this is exactly how it is envisaged to be. Moving on, the CSMT Mumbai railway station, of course, will look something like this, will be ready by the year 2026 at a cost of 1,813 crore rupees. The Charbagh railway station, again in Lucknow, is expected to look very modern, very chic. That is also to be ready by next year. The Ahmedabad railway station, which is of course going to be built at the cost of 2,400 crore rupees, is expected to look something like that on your screens. And the Ghaziabad railway station, adjoining New Delhi, is going to look something like this at the cost of rupees 337 crore rupees. The Faridabad railway station is going to look something like this. 262 crore rupees is going to be spent on its modernization and development. It's expected to be ready by next year. And the Takurli railway station in Mumbai is going to look no less than a mall or a modern edifice that you see around the world at a cost of rupees 1200, I beg your pardon, 15 crore rupees. The Sikandrabad railway station at 720 crore rupees, expected to be ready by next year. So it's not only the cost which is attached to it, it is also the urgency as well as the turnaround time, which is almost a couple of years for almost all of these railway stations. The Kanyakumari railway station, though a little small, will look in fact much more modern at a cost of 50 crore rupees. The Kolam railway station at 360 crore rupees. The Bhuj rail station also extremely modernized. The Gorakhpur railway station is going to look something like this by the year 2026. This is the constituency where the current Chief Minister of UP hails from. The new Jalpaiguri railway station is going to look something like this, and this is exactly what the Prime Minister also spoke about, that it is not only about convenience, it's also about modernizing the current railway infrastructure, which is obviously one of the oldest and one of the best and the largest in the world. Mr. Ved Prakash Dudeja, Vice Chairman, Rail Land Development Authority, is joining us on the broadcast. We'll take a few questions from him also. Sir, appreciate you joining us. Do you think India is now building world-class railway infrastructure, or are we yet to get there? And of course, it will take some time for such a big country and such a massive population.
In fact, we are already building world-class infrastructure in India. As you have seen today, Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi has laid foundation stones for 554 stations and also inaugurated Gomti Nagar station, which is world-class in itself. It provides all airport-like amenities at one place to the rail passengers. So by all means, we are already into world-class infrastructure.
So 2,000 big projects, including railway station launches, renovation bridges, all are being done at once. Do you think this is really challenging for the government?
You see, it is probably the first time in India or maybe in the world that the projects have been launched at such a large scale in one go. Obviously, most of them are brownfield projects. Challenges will be there, but India is ready to take those challenges.
And so, what is the vision that is in place for these new railway stations? Beside, taking trains, what additional experiences are being worked upon for the commuter?
The Honorable Prime Minister has given us the vision of providing amenities, not only which are from the travel point of view. These stations are designed for next 50 years traffic and to keeping in mind the future requirement of future generation. So they will act as city centers where you will get every facility at one point, and they will connect the city's infrastructure seamlessly. There will be smooth integration with other modes of transport. The road network, the metro, the bus, everything will be connected with the railway traffic. So basically it has to be a multimodal integration, and all the facilities like food and beverages will be available on the roof plaza, which is the new concept which has been given to us to be provided on the stations. People can wait on the roof plaza or the concourse till their train arrives at the platform. They don't need to stand on the platform. They will be waiting in a very comfortable ambience over the tracks in the roof plaza, where sitting place is available and food and beverages are available. So it is going to be a unique experience for the railway passengers.
And so, what all has been put in place to ensure safety and smoother travel for Indian passengers?
See, although safety is a different, safety, so far as safety of passenger is concerned, it is area is beyond my jurisdiction, but safety at work site, there we have devised various mechanisms to ensure that whenever we are working on the station, the safety of our work labor and workforce and the passengers and the trains, that is ensured. We have got a very strict safety protocol, and every day in the morning, everybody who is working on the project, there is a toolbox talk where the people are counseled what to do, what not to do. There are very, very strict kind of protocols which will ensure safety at the work site.
So, will it be right to say that Indian Railways is now providing luxury travel experiences which are similar to airports and airways? And how is that being made possible according to you?
Yes, it has already started in that direction. The stations like Rani Kamalapati station or Gandhinagar Ahmedabad station, or for that matter Gomti Nagar station, they are providing all airport-like facilities, as Honorable Prime Minister even today while inaugurating various schemes. He has mentioned that if the passengers of railway also deserve the same facilities as airline passengers are getting. So we are moving in that direction.
And can we statistically say that Indian passengers are increasingly returning to railways for luxury travel? Will that be right to say?
I don't have much numbers on that, but yes, with Vande Bharat trains, like luxury trains, people are preferring our Vande Bharat trains at places where the air travel actually people have to wait for a long time. They have to go outside the city to catch a flight. So in a way, Vande Bharat is competing with air travel, both in terms of luxury as well as in terms of time saving.
And so last question, when will these projects be completed and by when can we witness and experience the Viksit Indian Railways?
See, about 1,300 stations have been initiated by Ministry of Railways under the guidance of our Honorable Minister for Railways. And this Amrit Bharat station scheme is a very ambitious scheme. When all the 1,300 stations which have been identified so far, the work has already been either taken up or they are in the process of taking up. So I would say it is the most ambitious scheme of station development across the globe. Nowhere in the world the stations have been taken up at such a large scale, and that too in brownfield conditions. So work has already started at many of these stations. I think about 1,000 stations work is already on. And we will see complete transformation of railway stations on Indian Railways in next 2 to 3 years' time.
So appreciate you taking out the time and speaking with us. Mr. S.K. Vij, former member, Railway Board, joins us on the broadcast. M.Y. Siddiqui, former spokesperson, Ministry of Railways, also with us. Mr. Sanjay Ghare, CEO of Vervatech, with us on the program as well. Mr. Vij, I'll begin with you, sir. I hope you can hear me. Mr. Vij? All right, there seems to be a problem with the... Mr. Vij, I hope you can hear me, sir. So you're muted at this point in time. Request you to please unmute yourself. All right, no luck there. Sanjay, I'm going to come to you. Well, it's important to understand, Sanjay, that, when you're aiming at holistic development and improvement of your infrastructure and your travel, the economy is going to directly benefit. We all remember that, when America came about at the turn of the century as, the fastest growing economy and the strongest economy in the world, they worked on their railways, they worked on their highways. Similarly, Europe also did that, and then China also ended up doing that. We've always had a very robust, a very reliable railway network and infrastructure, but what it needed was a tinge of luxury, what it needed was a tinge of modernization, and that's exactly what this government is trying to do, and that's exactly what, the common commuter is in for.
Yeah, that's correct, Vinith. And rightly, you talked about economy. So before COVID, the travel and tourism sector was contributing around 6.9% to GDP, which has dropped to around 4.8, 4.7%. And government has been constantly taking the steps to actually bring it back to at least the previous levels and then further go on from there. Right, if you look at railways, any station which is developed, so India got lot of hills, India got lot of beaches, India got historic places. So while of course railways and overall transportation has a lot more to do with the overall country development, but if I just talk about the travel and tourism, any destination which is near a hill or near a beach or near a historic place, a railway station actually helped to develop that small spot as a tourist destination. Just like the entire Europe got developed, and when people go to Europe, it's a multi-day trip within few countries in Europe. I think similar opportunity exists with India. a railway station. But when you look at railway and railway station, it is about speed of the railway, it is about comfort of railway, it is about the food available in railway, it is about the cleanliness in the railway, it is about connectivity in the different destinations. So all of that needs to be worked upon. And as previously stated, that it's also about the integrated India with the population and the kind of travel we do. Railways alone will never be a solution. A few years back, honorable prime minister started with kind of creating a lot of new airports. Now this is a big project with the railways. So road infrastructure has been going on already at a great level. So integrated travel is definitely the key. But I think these railway stations which are identified to be redeveloped, so that those are more comfortable, more clean. And one key thing which is highlighted in the press also about highlighting the local arts on the railway stations, which help you to understand about the destination. I think all these things is a really, really big plus in boosting the travel and tourism industry of a country. And if you look at the history of any travel and tourism, even if Europe, the first you have to develop the domestic travel, which will be very well done with the support of railways, which will eventually allow people from international to travel. So there are a lot of people who travel to specific destinations in India right now. Let's say people come to Agra for Taj Mahal, but these railway stations, a modern infrastructure will help us to grow this to kind of have a multi-day itinerary within India with a comfort and luxury. So I look at it this as a very visionary and exactly as the incremental right steps, like what is going on with Lakshadweep. Ayodhya is coming up as a historic tourist destination, with a religious aspect. So I think all the steps, and this is a very big step to boost the tourism, industry and economy for India.
Great points there, Sanjay. Let me also open Mr. Vij into this conversation. I hope we can hear him now. Mr. Vij, I hope you can hear me, sir. Sir, I can't hear you right now. So please unmute yourself, Mr. Vij. All right, so there seems to be a problem with your connection, sir. If you can log out and log in again, we perhaps will be lucky enough to hear your comments. I'm going to go back to Sanjay. Sanjay, you've made very valid points, but the fact of the matter is that, the aspiring middle class, which is getting a taste of how railway stations and airports and, travel experiences are outside of India, expect the same amount of luxury, expect the same amount of comfort within India as well. How is this? You also mentioned the economy. How is this directly going to impact the economy? Because railways, for a predominant part, Sanjay, are used for travel mostly. If you talk about freight, if you talk about transport, for that you have aircrafts, for that you have trucks, you have the road network. How is this modernization going to help with the overall people-to-people economy in the country?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I said, and I was talking more from a tourism standpoint, but overall, when the connectivity happens to the new destination, as an example, if the even let's look at from a tourism also, if one destination which got a good connectivity from a railway standpoint, which got a good railway station, and tourists start coming there, the local people get different kind of job opportunities. Even in these 2000 projects, which are huge, around 40,000, 41,000 crore of investment, there will be a lot of people who will get the jobs. The new industries can be developed, because if you look at a lot of manufacturing industries in India, they also dependent, largely on railways. And those, spots are also developed based on where the connectivity is available. So with overall these, the manufacturing projects can be done in a different part of the countries, and tourism industry will be developed in the different part of the countries, and every manufacturing spot or every tourism spot gives an opportunity of jobs in a different way. Let's look at Ayodhya as an example. With the Ram Mandir, if you look at the way Ayodhya is getting developed, this will be a source of economy and the money will be moved. Look at the number of five-star hotels are coming there. each hotel will have jobs. So there would be, a lot of other, the shops would be coming, malls would be coming up, different kind of parks would be coming up. So I think in all these things, the way these develop, let it be a historic place or let it be a hill station or a beach spot or a manufacturing spot, all of these kind of create the economy I would say spot, and the people from the villages nearby that spot kind of can start moving there, and the economy is developed besides the besides the metros we have right now.
And Sanjay, do you see this also a part of the plan of the Viksit Bharat that the Prime Minister has spoken of so very often?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, if you look at any developed country, I think connectivity has been the key. And every country has solved it in a different way. So like US has solved it largely with the aircrafts, and whereas Europe has solved it significantly with the train transport. India, in a smaller space, the amount of people we have, we really need an integrated solution where we have to develop the airports, we have to develop the train stations and connectivity, we have to develop the roads. So I think it's a much complex problem if you look at a future for India to solve it. And this is a foundation. The entire connectivity and the transportation is a foundation to towards a developed country or Viksit Bharat, I would say.
And Sanjay, another appendage. I'm sorry to be asking you so many questions, but what do you make of the last mile connectivity? How is that being served as a result of this? Because that is obviously something getting to some of those remote parts of the country, which find it very difficult to leave homes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and in India, the last mile connectivity is all about the integrated travel, because, there is always a last minute travel need from different parts of India to the another parts of India, because people are moving so much for different reasons. So I think airports can connect only few destinations, but trains and the roads as an integrated solution will give that last mile connectivity, I think. So it's very essential, the train, the frequency of trains, speed of train is another thing. If you look at, I think, except few trains, most of the trains are right now under 160 kilometer per hour. So there is a significant work required even on the train speed. And I think, the good part I liked about this entire project is there is a lot more focus on modernization. There is a clear understanding of trains needs to be modernized, stations needs to be modernized, instead of just going behind the new train stations or new paths. The need of modernization is clear to government, which is really the great thing.
Right. Sanjay, appreciate you joining us. In fact, you collectively spoke for all of us and you gave some stellar points. Appreciate you joining us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.